Suddenly, for the first time in about a month, the campaign news seems to be breaking against Hillary Clinton. I mean, Donald Trump had several rough weeks, and then there was the third debate, and there was the Access Hollywood tape, and it seemed that Clinton was kind of getting a pass, even staying out of the news. But now the election is getting interesting in the final 2 weeks. We have the big spike in Obamacare premiums. This has obviously given Trump a major weapon to use against Hillary Clinton, a champion of universal health care who actually wants to expand government subsidies under the program. Trump says he wants to junk the whole thing and replace it with something else. And yes, Trump kind of stumbled when he talked about his own employees being affected, because most of them are, and he provides their health insurance company through coverage through his company. But 25% average increases, even higher in some states, dwindling insurance options for people. This is not the way the program was sold. Hillary Clinton, I think, is going to have to be on the defensive about that. And at the same time, finally, we have a WikiLeaks dump that has actually broken through the media static, at least in some news outlets and in some quarters, particularly in the newspapers. And this has to do with, up until now, it's been all sort of different aides sniping at each other or being cozy with reporters and so forth. But a lot of it is complicated to explain. Now we have a series of hacked emails from the Clinton campaign involving Hillary Clinton's private server and that whole scandal. And it's about her. It's talking about her, John Podesta, her campaign manager, saying at the time that this story was starting to explode back in 2015, that other Clinton aides, including top lawyer Sherra Mills, had not been forthcoming on the facts. Neera Tanden, former Clinton aide, longtime loyalist, responds, they wanted to get away with it. And then the talk turns to the candidate herself, Podesta. A lot has to do with her instincts. Tanden, her instincts can be terrible. And then there was this question of why Hillary Clinton wouldn't simply go on television and apologize. You may recall that for months, this was just, I did it for my convenience. I only wanted one device. I'm sorry there was any confusion, but not really apologizing. And here again, Neera Tanden saying, everyone wants her to apologize, and she should. Apologies are like her Achilles heel. And later, this apology thing has become a pathology. So this is fascinating because the campaign was pushing back against the press at the time when journalists said, why won't she acknowledge the mistake? What is the problem? Her default setting is secrecy. Privately, in any campaign you would find a lot of embarrassing emails, obviously, but privately, her top people were saying the same thing. Why won't she apologize? Why is this so hard for her? And finally, she did with ABC's David Muir. So that is getting some attention. The Obamacare price hikes are getting some attention. And finally, I think maybe the press was getting just a little tired of the Hillary coronation storyline. Because if everybody says it's over, why would you tune in the last couple of weeks? Why would you pore over the newspapers or go web surfing, at least for campaign news, if everyone's saying, hey, she's going to win 350 electoral votes? So inevitably the polls will tighten a little bit. They seem to be tightening a bit in Florida, an absolute key swing state for both candidates. And you've got some negative news that Hillary Clinton has to play defense against. All of which is to say the campaign is not over. Lots of things happen in the last 10 days of a campaign. It doesn't mean Hillary Clinton isn't still have a substantial lead, but this could get very interesting before November 8th.